Okay, so today I'm going to talk about time travel. So, time travel is the hypothetical activity of traveling into the past or future. Time travel is a widely recognized concept in philosophy and fiction, particularly science fiction. In fiction, time travel is typically achieved through the use of a device known as a time machine. The idea of a time machine was given by H.G. Wells' 1895 novel, The Time Machine. And of course, we have the time traveler. A time traveler is a person who, according to the concept of a time travel, can move forward and backward through time. This idea is a staple of science fiction and involves several potential scenarios. There are several videos that claims that time travelers are indeed real. I'm gonna leave a short video here so you can take a look.
The most convincing evidence of time travel. There was a guy named Sergei. So he showed up, he spawned in Kyiv. This is in Ukraine. And in 2006. But he's actually from like the 1950s. So in 2006, when he said he spawned there, he was in all these like old clothes. 1950s clothes, not even 2006 clothes. And all he had was his old camera, right? So the police were like, okay, this is weird as fuck. You're telling me that you're a time traveler? I need to see pieces of ID. He doesn't have ID. All he has, he says, go look at my photos and my camera. They're undeveloped, right? So police, they develop his camera. All they see is like some random girl and him back in Kyiv in 1950. It looks like the 1950s. So they're like, wait a minute, who is this girl? And then Sergei, he's like, yo, this is my girlfriend, but I haven't seen her in so long. He time traveled and left the girl like back in the 1950s, supposedly, right? So police, they were like, okay, what's that girl's name? We're gonna track her down.
Oh, so they go and look for her.
They go and look for her. They type in her name. They find her. She's in her 70s. Sergei is in his 20s. How did he not age? So they asked the girlfriend, who is this to you? He's like, oh, this is my boyfriend. But that was back in the 1950s. And this is what happened. She said, oh yeah, he actually disappeared. But 2 years later, he came back to me. He had pictures. There's literally pictures on the internet of him in front of skyscrapers. You know what Sergei said? He said this was pictures of him in 2050.
Oh, so he went in.
So he went in the future and he came back to her to tell. So they're like, okay, this is getting weird. We need to like lock him up in a hotel and actually interview him. What happens? They find out there was another guy named Sergei from Kyiv, same description, same everything. He actually went missing way back. So they're like, who is this? So they're like, okay, they locked him in a high-rise hotel room, surveillance, everything, right? As soon as they're about to go in the room, they open the door, Sergei's not there no more. Disappears, gone.